like that, they gonna call you out.
Yeah.
Man, what you sitting like? What's wrong with you? I'm just keeping it real,
Right, right.
you know. And I'm not saying yay or nay. I don't have a problem, you know. I got daughters, you know. I got, you know, gays in my family. I don't have a problem with them, love them to death, and you better not fuck with them.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing, even in the dress code, the different things, and there's a lot of people that may take that more extreme approach and say that it's strategically demasculizing, you know. But I'll just say what I'm seeing with a lot of these young men, they're very comfortable, you know, in that where we wasn't.
Yeah.
We knew if we wore something too tight, or if we talked a certain way, or if our hand bent a certain way, we was gonna get called out. What's up with you? You know, and so, but it's a balance, because I want these young men to be sensitive-hearted, knowing that that you know, their vulnerabilities, their strength, and see that connection.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Versus, like E40 said, practice looking hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, and feeling that I gotta put that on every day.
Yeah.
Gotta walk out the door, am I?
Yeah.
And it's really fear.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I tell a lot of us, you know, that's fear.
Yeah.
You know, but I said where I come from, the tougher you look, the more attractive you look.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been in places where that's what they looking for.
Yeah.
Want to see how tough you really is.
Yeah, how hard you think it is for them to really look into it though, and understand, like you said, your granddaddy, and like, no, don't cry like that. All these emotions, like natural response, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How can we let like men and the kids, you know how hard it to like acknowledge that it's okay, because that's like a human response, you know.
It's basically, you know, has to take place from a community perspective.
Yeah.
You know, we have to get into that mode where we start showing it.
Yeah.
Once again, come back to the men, we start showing it, because that's where it came from.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So we start showing our young men that, you know, you can be tough and all that and sensitive at the same time.
It's okay to feel.
It's okay. It's okay to feel. That's
Yeah.
exactly what
Yeah.
I tell
Yeah.
the kids, my exact words.
It's okay to feel.
Sure.
Yeah, we
do.
gave these feelings for a certain reason.
Huh?
These feelings are for certain reasons, right?
Man.
Not for you to hide underneath here, but to look at it like, okay,
Yeah.
like
But
I'm
that's,
upset
but that's
because
what
of
we
this.
that's what we've been taught as a culture, and
Yeah.
it didn't just start with us. Like I said, that was just one of them. You look back, you talking about crying and everybody. I know your ass ain't crying. Yeah, of course I'm crying. Just pop me in the mouth.
Yeah. That's
I'll give you something to cry. You already did.
Yeah.
But that's where we come from, and I'll tell you where that come from. The root of that is plantational again. From that time, we were taught to hide emotion, like it don't exist. Suck it up, cause this what you gonna deal with. You had to be emotionally tough.
You had to, yeah. Yeah.
You were trained that way.
Yeah. Yeah. From the womb to
These
the
people gonna treat you like mud.
Yeah.
So they were the first trainers. It's just like this, bro. Your family be the first abusers. On whatever level. But verbal. If you got a big nose, who's gonna be the first person to tell you?
Your family.
Somebody in your family.
Cousin,
It gets
brother.
confirmed when you go out the door.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. They always tell. They already told me. That's like me. Didn't nobody call me white boy, yellow, piss color? My family started that. They was the one made me. They first one made me self-conscious.
Yeah.
So this is a mechanism within our community. I'm talking about our black community, our black culture. To beat each other up to make you strong.
Yeah.
Toughen you up to talk about you like a dog.
Yeah.
Crazy love, ain't it?
Crazy.
Right. I'm just while you saying it, I'm just thinking about growing up, and man, most of my cousins was boys. So and we was probably within 3-year range, so we was all around the same age.
Right.
And man, if we didn't have nothing to do because we didn't have social media.
Yeah.
Man, we'll be in the house just cracking all day, man. Cracking. We'll get on one person and everybody will be on it.
Eat them up, man. Don't care if you go back and hang yourself.
Right.
you know that was another thing. Today they can't take it.
Yeah.
Man, you're not lying, bro. We would sit there and drive. I mean, some days it's me, some days it's you.
Right.
It depends on who it is and what you came in the room looking like.
Right. And then, once you get outside the door up there, it ain't nothing anybody on the street can say to me. Because I got roasted by my family.
You done got drugged.
Yeah. So I mean,
social media can beat you down. You already, So in a sense, it did make us emotionally tougher.
Yeah.
Right? And now, there was that shift. Mm-hmm. You're abusing these kids. You this, that, you're not a good enough parent is what the government actually said to us, right? And made sure the kids knew this is how you should be treated. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, some of that stuff needs to be measured. I know I shouldn't have vases and shit thrown at me. Yeah. I know some of that shit was over the top. Yeah. Hit with them Hot Wheel tracks, right? Yeah. But I tell you one thing. Our community was in straight. We was in order.
Yeah, we would. Mm.
You rolled, man, I'm telling you, man, I rolled through that neighborhood, man. When that word got out what you did, man, you gotta come through that joint like this here, man. Yeah. It wasn't about a family word about somebody. Yeah, Miss Pat know too. Yeah. They'll tell you. Yeah. So you're going to have to deal with her tomorrow because I told her. Yeah. Oh, man, you told Miss Pat too. Yeah. Everybody. They didn't say, don't put your hands on my kids. Yeah. No, they said, no, Miss Pat, Mr. Franklin, everybody know. Yeah. And you like this here. I got to see him sooner or later. Boy, your grandmother told me, your mama told me. Yeah. Yeah. That was a community.
Then you get back from school, then Mr. Roberts get off work, and then he working on his truck, and you got to walk by his house.
He knows.
But you know what that told you, though, man? That you was good.
Yeah. They cared.
You disappointed a lot of people. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Get on your stuff. Yeah. Now it's, he ain't amount to nothing. Get him away from here. I don't want him, this is what we did to our kids, and that's why I said they don't feel connected. And kids that do not feel, that connection, like I said, the warmth. Mm-hmm. That warmth of the village. Y'all got me. Yeah. I'm here. Yeah, get my ass whooped every now and then, but y'all love me. And that was another thing, too, back then. They may not have told you that, but you knew it. Yeah. And, I wish it would have been said a little bit more. Mm-hmm. That's another thing that, like I said, that balance, because my mom wasn't that lovey-dovey. Then, the toxic part, some of these moms are real lovey-dovey. And it had that opposite effect. Yeah. So I do appreciate some of that toughness of mom. Yeah. But my mom tell you quick, you know what I mean? If I didn't love your ass, you wouldn't. So I don't want to hear that shit. Just say I love you, B. Just say, Mom, love you, baby.
Feed you, don't.
None of that. That's what it came to. Right there. And that was the school we came through. Yeah. So we wasn't, and like you said, when you went out that door, it wasn't so much you expected love. Yeah. You already been trained in the house to just deal with it.
Yeah, just to deal with it.
Yeah.
So now you
the boss talking greasy, just deal with it, get it done. Yeah. That was the plantation.
Get them off your back.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gonna hear nigga, you gonna hear some things, and if to just keep your eyes, keep doing what you're supposed to be doing, keep picking that cotton. Yeah. And so that that's what the way I see it right now. That from that perspective, and I hate taking everything back to that route, but that's where my studies, because I'm one of them ones, I want to know where this thing first showed up at. Where this,
Yeah. But,
it's passed down genetically, like you, and then Luke would get on there and talk about too, like we inherit stuff genetically passed on too, whether you know it or not. You got this. This is your DNA.
It's a spirit.
Yeah, it's spirit essence. Like you said, this is given to you, whether we...
You like, where it come from? Yeah. It's like, old spirit talking to you. Yeah, I'm here.
I think if it's a repeated pattern, at some point it's going to be in your DNA now. Yeah. You know what I mean? It may lay dormant. Yeah. And in a generation, it might pop back out.
Pop back up.
But it's still in you.
And that's why we got to fight so hard You know, we don't look at it like we lost any generations, but we got to focus on this next one. You know, and make sure that they set in line that next one. So that's why I was saying too, it's very important that we endorse those type of organizations that's really doing the work right now before the kid, you know, crash, as I say.
How can men process old wounds, father wounds, childhood conditions, past failures without getting stuck in blame?
I'll personalize this one. I did some training with a group of men called Mankind Group, a big national group, world group, and we have a segment in there we call Blood and Guts. Okay. When I first heard it, I'm like, man, I'm not going through that, man. It was the most relieving thing that and I'd have been through counseling, all kinds of stuff, but this was groundbreaking. Briefly, I'll tell you, this is how it went. You're on the carpet, and you with, you know, men, and it's kind of reenactment. And it's really weird. They could pose a question and take you right where you need to be in that space, right? The whole process is talking about the little boy trapped in the village, okay? Some trapped him in that village. He could be 40 years old, but he's still in that village, okay? It's your job to go down there, that adult now, and rescue the little boy, okay? That's how it's set up. So, but you got to find out what trapped him. You know. These men are nothing don't know. But when you trained in this, and I'm nowhere near there, you know, I would love to be. I'm working on it. But you could say words that'll take you, and you will lead me right to that little boy in that village. Whether he was 3, 4, 7, 9, okay? And that trauma trapped him. Okay? And the only thing that moved on was his age. He's still trapped. So, I knew what kind of had trapped me a little bit, but I didn't really know. I just knew I was trapped. Knew it happened at a young age, but I didn't know what it was. So, like they said, some people know what it is, some don't. But they just know I'm trapped. That moment happened and the only thing I've been doing now is aging and find ways to get around and cope with that. So I'm a little boy still in a grown man body, but I'm going to stick to these principles because these principles has helped me, but it's not helping you as an adult. Because baby girl keeps saying, I ain't your mama.
Yeah.
I ain't going to why I got to keep doing?
Yeah.
So you 40, but you ain't grown. You still that boy. Depending on certain things to work as an adult because it worked all the way up to this as a boy. So I had to figure it out. I said, man, what's been really trapping me? And so he asked me the question. He said, when was the first time that you felt abandoned or you felt like you wasn't worthy? Just words like that will take you there. You feel me? And so once I went to right there, I was in it. And he said, when was it? He seen me in it. I said, it was when I got in trouble. I think I was about 12 or 13. I said, I got in trouble, and the judge was saying he was going to send me to Kearney, ask my mom, did she know a family member, his dad, anybody that he could live with. So my mom calls this guy that's supposed to be my father. And I remember it was no setup or nothing. It could have been a setup or something. Here, this guy, but man, he gets on the phone. He's like, boy, what are you down there taking your mom through? Like, we have conversations all the time. And it has hit me. And he's like, won't you take your mom? I said, man, who the fuck is you?
Yeah.
Who are you talking to? I said, man, fuck you. Got off the phone. So, and I'm telling him this on the carpet. And he said, Roscoe, do you mind if we role play and reenact? And I said, yeah, what? How we doing that? He said, well, this brother, if you entrust him, you got to tell him you entrust him to play your mother. I said, all right. You trust his brother to play your father? Okay. And he said, you're you. And we there. He said, so can you tell me what your mother was saying in that moment? When I said that, Nate talked, that you ain't never been in his life. You need to, help the boy. You ain't never been in his life. So he said, so you saying mom said you ain't never been in his life? He said, okay. He said, what was your dad saying? And I said, just other than what he was saying. He said, well, what do you think he was saying? What do you think he's feeling? And that he don't want nothing to do with me. Because I couldn't remember what he said. He said, well, what do you think what do you think he was feeling? And I said, that he didn't want nothing to do with me. He said, okay. So he said, I want you to say what you said in that moment. And I said, fuck you, I don't need you. Okay. So that's how it went. You ain't been in this boy's life. I don't care about him. Fuck you, I don't need you. You ain't been in this boy's life. Fuck you, I don't need you. You ain't been in this boy's life. I don't care. I don't care about you. Ain't been in this boy's life. And they just going. And I had to keep saying it. Fuck you, I don't need you, and it just kept going. And it kept going. And then it happened. I turned to him, who was playing the role of my father. It went from me just saying fuck you to turn to that man. And I said, fuck you. I said, everything that my mama done been through, I said, man, I wouldn't have had the fucking life that I had. I went there. It was that deep and emotional to where I'm feeling it in this moment. And I was freeing myself. I was saying something that needed to be said that had me trapped, feeling unwanted, unappreciated. All these years, I reclaimed my value in that moment. That was the blood and guts. So for me, allowing that process, so it's a deep process. I wanted to utilize this process in prison. It is so relieving for that broken boy. So this is how you become a warrior. So I had to lose that little boy because that boy kept making excuses as a man because I don't have a father. I don't have this, so I get a right to treat women. I get a right to treat people. I get a right to do this. That was a connection, and I lost it. So that's just a deeper process, but we got to get in tune with the brokenness. We got to confront it. That man that you are today got to confront that brokenness. You got to go tell that little boy that it's okay. And you got to grab his hand and you got to lead him up to where you at right now.
All the way.
Or he's going to stay there. And he's going to create chaos because the things that he like to do that he think keeps him safe is not working as an adult for you. That little boy is going to stay in the way. I had to process him and get him out the way. And then I became of my full potential of a man. Now I can be fully accountable with my head up.
You freed yourself.
It's me. He ain't got nothing to do with that. That's over with. We ain't using that one no more. You gotta be accountable, player.
Yeah.
You gotta be accountable for what you did with your kids. You ain't too much better. That's the freeing.
Yeah.
That's the accountability. Full accountability. And it's heavy.
Yeah.
It's heavy to know that you taking that on.
Yeah.
But it's so freeing also. Because can't nobody come to you when you do this and beat you no more with nothing.
Nobody.
It's that emotional hygiene.
There it is.
I feel like once you recognize what it is.
I've been stinking.
Yeah. Once you recognize you've been stinking and you go to that place, now you addressing it. So the next time it arises, you already know. So now you have an option.
Yeah.
You have an option if you're going to go the route you've been going,
Yeah.
or you're going to hit that override button
Yep.
and say, man, I
Put
know
some
what
more
it's
deodorant on,
Yeah.
man. Get this shit right.
And let me
Get this shit right.
Let me get myself
You know,
together.
let me get myself together.
Because I keep returning to this space that's going to take me to this space.
Believe that.
And I know that.
Believe
so
that.
now it's time for me to recognize it. I'm here with it. Okay. I'm not going to take it there.
Yeah.
I'm going to try this approach.
Yeah.
And with that, it's going to bear to you because now if you'd have went left, you probably would have been back in the can.
Real talk.
So now the option is when I get to this point, I'm going to hit that button, I'm going to put this deodorant on, and I'm fixing to go this way.
Yeah.
That's
And I
emotional
just
hygiene.
encourage, I encourage each individual to, challenge themselves with the right support, but challenge themselves and see where that broken little boy, that broken little girl is at. And the biggest thing is that, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. And that's the thing we've been hiding and we've been functioning out of it, the protection, the what we feel has gotten us by, and it probably have. These are the things where we real crafty,
Yeah.
and it shows up in our relationship. You're like, you been doing this shit since you what? Is this why you got divorced the last time because of?
Because it did.
Or us?
Yeah.
We still holding on to it, and it keeps showing up in every relationship.
Yeah.
That brokenness, and so that's how we get to the root of it. And it takes. And for me, like I said, that process was professional, and it was deep. Yeah. I encourage a lot of people to look into that because I hadn't heard of it before.
Yeah.
And the brother said, man, you should really look into the blood and guts. I said, man, I don't even like the sound of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Blood and guts. He said, but that's what it is, brother. You going blood and guts.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's gonna get rid of it completely though, right?
Yeah.
Because it's reoccurring.
You
Like
leave
said,
it
how
there.
You wake up in the morning,
Yeah.
you are like, I already done dealt with you
Yeah.
though. I know you
And let me tell you, brothers. Let me just conclude it real quick. After I went at the brother, they had to, we had to de-roll, and and he had to tell me. He said, "Do you get his?" He said, "You get his brother permission to de-roll from your mother.
Yeah.
You get his brother permission to de-roll from your father." And I ain't lying, man. Everything I got out, man, I probably could have played football. It's so much. I couldn't believe what came out. And this man ain't my father.
Yeah.
But in that moment, he became that dude.
Yeah.
That was the whole piece. While we rolled it, I said, damn, this is ingenious.
Yeah.
And I gave it to him to where I was like,
Yeah.
they had to almost hold me up, bro.
Yeah.
From the tears and just man, it was crazy.
Letting go.
And I had to realize, what did I just do? This is not my father.
But it was almost like a woosah moment for you. I would imagine.
It was deep. So I encourage that to really, if anything holding you back like that, definitely, you're going to have to at some point in time, and just do it with delicacy. Do it knowing whatever that was that harmed you, that tried to take away from that innocence. No, it's still there.
Yeah.
You know, it's still there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, before we go, man, we really appreciate the time you've given us. If you could, give men one challenge to improve their emotional regulation this week, if you could, and what would it be?
You said for men?
Yeah, if you could give men or women one challenge to improve their emotional regulation this week, what would it be?
I think the first thing, you know, is to acknowledge, you know, that to exist is, you know, is relationships is to exist, and we want to have the most beautiful relationships with everybody if we possibly could. For me, I like to wake up first and foremost and know that I owe. Okay? So in that sense, it's a more spiritual thing, right? And so in that, I'm telling myself that I wake up accountable, all right? That could be the business, my staff, my family. I wake up accountable, all right? I wake up ready to repair and restore. See, this is all part of that spiritual piece, because I woke up knowing I owe.
Yeah.
A dude like me feel like I'm on borrowed time. A lot of my friends ain't here.
Yeah.
I don't have tons of bullets at me. I just look like this body toe up. So these things come in immediately. It can shape your day when you know this. I owe. Man, I gotta be accountable because I know who's watching.
Yeah.
Okay, how do I start the day in that mode? Cause see, I ain't starting the day like, man, how much money I'm gonna make, man? I got 5 keys, man. How many people I'm gonna poison today? How much who I'm gonna pressure today? Who gonna get pressed? Don't wake up like that. I say, man, okay, what? All right, I got DCYC, I got these kids over here. I start getting pumped, right? And cause I'm knowing this is a part of the repair and restoration. I like to call it cleaning up aisle 9. So I done woke up, I got that broom, I got the mop, everything. Aisle 9, that's the aisle I done fucked up.
Yeah.
All right? So I started off that way, cleaning up. I tell myself immediately, that's going to lead me to the peaceful day, and that's going to continue my healing.
Yeah.
Now, I understand there are going to be some bumps in there. And I tell myself that, Roscoe, have patience, have love, and continue to be vulnerable, because that's where your strength lies. So those are some of the things that is automatic for me. It just pops in now. It's routine. Like I said, getting up, knowing you on borrowed time. Yeah. You up again? Man, dude, you a great grandfather. Yeah. They said you wasn't gonna pass 16. They almost betted on somebody killed that youngster this weekend. Man, he what? Man, he got away with that boat. Somebody gonna kill that. That's all I heard. So when I get up, I gotta thank somebody. Yeah. No friends. I mean, people gone. Just being real. So I get up like, man, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, now, after all this did, I'm accountable. Yeah. All right. Kids, grandkids, I'm accountable, right? Now, how do I keep cleaning up aisle 9 today? And then that's where the agenda comes in. You know what I mean? Because that's what the whole agenda on. Yeah. All right? These kids and everything. And then telling myself, you know, and sometimes it's a meeting like, ooh, I know that meeting. I know I'm going to open my big ass mouth and, you know, something like that.
Right.
But I even tell myself in there, Roscoe, remember, love, baby. I tell the kids that when they want to give, you know, like I had one kid, he was getting on another kid about running. And I told him, it's okay, but I need you to preface this. I need you to predicate it and tell him, man, it's love. So if you bruh, I'm giving you some love. So it just, you know, takes away from that, man, fuck you, you did the same thing type thing. Yeah. See, so I have to remember that. Yeah, stay in love, man. Stay vulnerable. Stay strong. Stay on your principle.
Yeah.
But come on, man. Everybody ain't gonna agree with you, but stay in love.
Yeah.
Cause that's the new you.
Yeah.
Everybody wait for that violence. So those are the things that I kind of tell myself mentally. And lead with this one, the biggest one, is to acknowledge how I'm feeling emotionally.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I can do that physically all the time. Oh man, I'm a 4, I'm a 3, I'm a 2. But I do emotional hygiene check.
Okay.
I tell myself right when I'm getting up how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like a 10. I'm like, man, I got this going on today, this and another. Sometimes I wake up, man, I know I'm a 5.
Yeah.
Just based on how I'm feeling physically and just, the thought process or whatnot. So that emotional awareness and not just being aware of how I'm feeling. Then I got to turn my radar on, and then I'm watching body language and different things of other people. That's the compassionate approach.
Yeah.
And understanding that I am not the only one that's going through some shit.
Yeah.
So that's the perspective for me, the mental perspective.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's a good notion, man. With challenging to improve emotional regulation is, like you said, to acknowledge how you're feeling.
Man, it's big.
It sprouts to a lot
I
of
mean,
things.
like you hear the cliche, man, pouring from an empty cup. I mean, you can't help anybody if you're not helping yourself or feeling a certain type of
And
way.
we be trying to do
Yeah,
that too.
we be trying to. I'm trying to take you to Council Bluffs, and I only got. I'm on E already.
Yeah, but we feel like we're gonna get some gas out
Yeah.
of. That's the cool part. You feel like but if you're not in a position, then what are you actually giving them?
Right.
You don't have gas. What do you? What do you give? Butane?
Right. Chances are I pick you up and we run out.
You know what I mean?
Then
so
what?
so that's the thing for me. You got to be aware of you, and you got to be aware of others, and those are some of the things that I think kept me safe in prison and on the streets.
Yeah.
Having that sense of knowing that you ain't the only asshole in the building,
Right.
or you ain't the only one
Right.
looking a little crazy.
Right.
So even in when I was locked up, I was aware of you had dudes, man, before they got on the phone, they was Domino 10,
Yeah.
fool, I got
Yeah.
and get on that phone, come back. You need to be aware of that.
Yeah.
You need to look and say, man, that dude total changed
Yeah.
when he, or seeing a dude here and then watching him walk the track. Oh, dude got something heavy on his head. These are things you need to know, and I tell the youngsters that because they play so much. They play so much. So I tell them, man, y'all gotta open your eyes, man. Be aware of how you feeling and understand how other people feeling too. I said, take you a long ways.
Yeah.
So that's that emotional hygiene piece is not only knowing when you might be stinking a little bit, but being able to recognize when somebody else is a little, emotionally deficient.
Right. Good deal. Well, we appreciate